per 9000's game room.
If there's something strange in your neighbourhood, who are you going to call? Well, Luigi apparently, as in this GameCube launch title, Mario's brother has gone all Ghostbusters. It was interesting to note that as the Cube launched there wasn't a Mario title in sight, and instead for the first time ever it was his brother stepping out from the shadows to lead the charge. And to be honest, he didn't do bad at all, considering that the game went on to sell over 2.5 million copies, making it the 5th best selling GameCube game of all time. It was one of the first games to be re-released as a player's choice title on the system as well, so it's definitely hard to think about the GameCube without thinking about this game. It was the second game I ever purchased for my Cube. I went into my local branch of Game about a week or two after the console launch and they had this second-hand copy for £27. I traded my PS2 copy of Dark Clouds and paid £10 to get this game, which seemed like a good idea at the time as I didn't even own a PS2. I'd simply brought Dark Cloud to play it on my brother's machine. So let's start with the story. Luigi won a spooky mansion in a contest that he doesn't even remember entering. He's supposed to meet Mario there for a midnight tour, but when he arrives, Mario is nowhere to be found. Instead, Luigi bumps into a mad old scientist called Professor Egad, who tells Luigi that Mario has already entered the mansion and is in grave danger. The Professor tools Luigi up with a special backpack vacuum cleaner that he has made for catching ghosts, and thus the brothers' adventure begins. So how does the game work? Well, basically you have to wander around the mansion armed with a flashlight and your vacuum cleaner. When a ghost jumps out at you, the light stuns it, and once it's stunned you can use the vacuum to suck the ghost up. When you start doing this, the ghosts will try to run away and you need to pull back on your C-stick in the opposite direction to the one the ghost's trying to pull in order to control and eventually capture it. This ghost capturing mechanism is clearly inspired by the Ghostbusters, which, as I'm a massive fan of Ghostbusters, it instantly made me smile, seeing it getting this kind of Nintendo cute treatment. Ghosts appear in every dark room in this mansion, and it's your job as Luigi to rid each room of the ghosts and thus restore peace and light to them in order to make progress. Some rooms are simple, as all that is required is for Luigi to point his flashlight, stun a few ghosts, and then suck them up with his vacuum. Others are decidedly trickier and will come with some form of catch. There'll be something you need to do, some form of puzzle you need to solve in order to beat the ghosts and return light to the room. The controls feel kind of a bit complicated at first, but they soon become second nature. Movement is controlled via the analog stick, and the flashlight and vacuum are controlled with the C stick. Pressing the A button near an object will make Luigi examine it, and it's also the button used for opening doors, or if you press it when you're near nothing it will cause Luigi to call out for his brother. B turns the flashlight off, R activates the suction function on the vacuum cleaner, and L causes the vacuum to blow. X puts you into a first person examination mode, and Y brings up a map of the current floor, and Z serves as an item list. The most important thing about the gameplay in this game is that it's an absolute barrel of laughs. They've made the sucking ghosts up so darn fun, and the game just feels like this little world which has come to life. You might find yourself doing the same thing, sucking up ghost after ghost, but they are so full of character and put up such a convincing fight against you that it's just such a joy. It's also well broken up with the puzzles, and the only real complaint that can be levelled at this game is that there's simply not enough of it. The game is relatively a short one, but at least it leaves you wanting more instead of outstaying its welcome. Graphically, I think the game's amazing. It's just so full of character. I think that in some ways, with its short length but its incredible level of polish, Nintendo treated this game as somewhat of a tech demo, with its main reason for existing being to show off just what kind of power the newly made GameCube had. Luigi himself is a high polygon model which is just absolutely brought to life with amazing animation. The little guy shows fear, surprise, excitement, the whole range of emotions in a way we hadn't really seen in a game before. And the other characters in the game, the ghosts and boss characters, are also fantastically modelled and animated to the point they feel like cartoon characters, not random game baddies. The game also has an amazing particle effects system that, coupled with the flashlight and the way it works, lets you see tiny details such as specks of dust in the light, which are just so mind-bogglingly cool. The visuals are simply stunning and they still hold up amazingly to this day. Look at it. The lighting, the shadowing, every little touch, it all just comes together to make an amazing visual experience. The audio also deserves a great big thumbs up. It's full of character and pairs with the graphics perfectly. You have cartoon-like sound effects and you have the music which is equal parts spooky and playful, which also seems to bore its way into your brain, so you'll find yourself humming it long after you've put down the controller. If I was to give Luigi's Mansion a score out of 10, I'd have to give it an 8. Yes, it's a near perfect little slice of gaming fun, but it's a very little slice. If you're anything like me, then you'll love it while it lasts, but you'll be left wanting a lot more. But hey, at least it has 2 sequels now, both of which provide a lot more content. Okay, that's Kerr9000 saying, keep on gaming.